Hi Cancer, welcome to Higher Source Tarot for your weekly tarot check. This is for the week of May 24th through May 31st. This is for all Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And I want to just thank all of you who've been watching the readings. I really love doing them for you, and I thank you so much for that, and subscribing, commenting, liking, sharing my videos. It really means a lot to me. I appreciate you and your support and your beautiful energy that comes through. I really love it. So if you are new here, I love new subscribers, and if you tap the bell, you will be notified when new videos are posted, which is about every week. So I'm going to do a June reading in just a couple days here after this. And then I added a love tarot reading. That's the first Friday of the month. And then, so I do the weekly readings too. So this is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. But if you find that the reading doesn't resonate with you, check a different part of your sign. Don't try to ever force yourself into a reading. But take what you can. You know, I always say take what you can and leave the rest. And you can always look around at your, this is your sun sign, your moon, or your rising, or your Venus, depending on what part of your life you are looking to get some direction on. And time's fluid, guys, so it might not be contained in this week. I had somebody where there was definitely a time prediction, and if I get that for you, I'll give it to you. So this is for Cancer here, and if you're new, we go day by day. We begin here with Sunday, and you've got the Sun, beautiful energy. Monday, you've got the Moon, interesting, right back to back, love it. Wow, then you have the Star card. This is Tuesday. Wednesday, you've got the Nine of Pentacles. I haven't seen that in a while. Thursday, you have the Five of Pentacles. Friday, you've got the Page of Wands. Saturday, you've got Judgment. And then you have the Hierophant. Very lovely energy. So you've got Leo, Pisces, Aquarius. You have, let's see here. You do have Earth energy here, and you do have fire too. So it could be certainly a Leo that some of you are dealing with, or I'm even getting Taurus in here. So you start off here with the Sun. And it's just a very free energy. I feel like for some of you, if you've been doing a lot, maybe you've been doing some, actually even some home repairs, or like managing a lot of stuff in that regard, dealing with companies and things that, sorry, somebody's card is backfired, outside. If you've been dealing with companies and emails, and I'm just feeling very like, it's like this list of all these things that had to be crossed off. You're getting free of that. It's coming to fruition. That's what I'm getting. Things are coming to fruition. Projects are wrapping up. You're getting light at the end of the tunnel. And there's, it feels like money is stable. Like there's enough money to do things if that's what you want to do. You've had some money returned to you and things like that. So it hasn't, even though maybe you didn't get all the experiences you wanted to get in, it's really made your credit card bill be nothing. I mean, there's some real security here. This is also, too, it's interesting because you have the Sun, and in the Sun, nothing hides, right? It's completely unconditional. The Sun shines on everything that it reaches. There's nothing that hides from the Sun. But then you get into the Moon on Monday, and the Moon is Pisces energy. And I actually feel like for you, this can be truth coming to light. Like, I actually feel for some of you, you are single, but there's something going on here where there's somebody that has been out of the picture for a while. I think there was definitely an ending to something. And this person you are on their mind for sure, Cancer. You are on their mind, and it's like they're very nostalgic right now. And they're having a hard time, but they don't want to come forward. They're having a lot of regret, and it's like they keep talking themselves out of it. They're having a regular committee meeting in their head, and and it's like they're not going anywhere with it. But they've got deep emotions for you, for sure. I do feel like for this person, they may have had some childhood abuse that they had not worked through. It feels like childhood sexual abuse. And it causes them a real barrier in connecting with people, with trusting in relationships, and they're not forthright about it. So they've got this untreated trauma, abuse, and it's really creates a lack of attachment. You know, they love you, but they don't want to get too close. And it's like the minute somebody gets too close to them, they will start finding ways to get out of it. That's what I'm getting. Now, for some of you, that's not everybody's story here. So if you had an ending of a relationship, that may not be them, but for somebody it is. This also can be a law of attraction card. So for those of you, you know, that are in the mind to set some intentions, Monday would be a great day to do that. You know, when you take one step, the universe takes two. And by Tuesday, you've got a real sense of renewal here, rejuvenation. And you know, with these kind of conflicting energies here, it's interesting that you have the Star card here, because the Star always comes after a crisis. The Star is, like I said, a time of renewal, but it's also of wish fulfillment. So I do feel like for some of you, you're getting a lot of things done in terms of the material world, your house, your job is good. Some of you have been doing a lot of, it seems like, reports. That's what it feels like. You're doing some kind of reports that almost seem never ending, but they're coming to a conclusion. And it's giving you a lot of stability. You're going to have great stability at work. It's just been a lot of work, that's all. So with the Star card, you know, it's a time of really having kind of a rebirth, you know. And with the Moon there too, I would definitely say set your intentions. It's like wish upon a star. Really be clear about where do you want your life to be, and I'd say even a year from now, what do you want? You know, you hear this a lot with people who have attracted large sums of money, where they set their intention to be a millionaire and it happened. I mean, there's plenty of stories like that out there. Now, again, some of you, I mentioned before, this is Wednesday, you've got this Nine of Pentacles. You've been single for quite a while, and it may be time to change that. You have, with the Single Lady card, though, a lot of stability, and there's some parts of you that don't want to let go of that, because you don't have to answer to anybody. You don't have to answer to them about money, about what you're going to do, where you're going to go, what you're going to wear. You don't have any, there's a freedom in that. That's been nice, and I think some of you are kind of wrestling around with that. You know, I want somebody, because after being in this quarantine, it is hard when you're quarantined and you're single, but yet, how will I make that happen, you know? So I would tell you on that, the guidance is not focusing on how to make things happen, but why do you want them? Why do you want them? And that pulls things towards you. That's a magnetic field when you start to think of, why do I want this? Just don't debate yourself. Like I said, this person's having a regular committee meeting in their head. Don't convene one of your own. You do have a change coming up here. And again, where you have the Single Lady card with the 9, and that's almost a conclusion of a cycle, you have this 5, which is a change. And the interesting thing about this, there's different ways to interpret this card. Some people will say it's just being left out in the cold, but you have this person with you, okay? And so what the card really can signify is that even if you're away from a group or something you might regularly do, even like if for some of you it could be a church group, you always have this person with you. You've always got this ride or die. And so for some of you, you're going to be going from that 9 of Pentacles into some kind of a coupling. I definitely see that happening. And it's, I think it's going to take a little bit of an adjustment, but you have to just be clear on what you want. You know, what is it that you really want? Because you can bring in somebody that you can have that doesn't feel crippling or stifling to you. You do have on Friday here the Page of Wands, and this is about taking action. So for some of you, I definitely feel like you are going to be taking action forward. Some of you may be able to get your hair done again. I'm just getting that for somebody. And it's going to be fun. You're going to enjoy yourself. There's a nice energy to it. Or you're even going to let somebody who's not a hairstylist try their hand at doing your hair. And I actually think it's going to be really kind of a fun experience. But you've got like a lot of energy here that it's like a very exciting energy around you. I just think you're going to have a lot of fun. And like I said, you're going to be doing something kind of unusual that you might not normally do. You know, it's also a time too where you're entering kind of, I feel like some kind of new, it just feels like a new adventure or something like that may end up causing you to meet somebody new too. But I feel like there is a person that wants to come back around. Some of you may have contact with this person. You may see them out and about. It may even be in traffic where you pass them, and that creates an inclination. It gives this person a notion. I should call them. I should really, and it's like I can just hear them almost talking to themselves in their car, or maybe they see you and you don't see them, but they're very aware of you. So Saturday, you've got judgment, and I do think for some of you, you're going to be getting communication. By the end of the week, there's going to be some kind of a call. You also have 2 5s in this, so there's definitely going to be a change. I do think it's going to be kind of slow moving, though. For anybody that's going to have some kind of reconciliation, it's not going to be immediate. It's not, like Officer and a Gentleman. He comes in and Richard Gere comes in and sweeps Deborah Winger off of her feet in the factory line. It's not quite like that. It's more of a, hey, let's see where this goes. Why don't we talk? Let's talk a couple times a week or just to see how you're doing. And this person will call you. They will be consistent with it if you want them to. But again, we have free will with this. So this is the energy, but you can take your will back and tell somebody to go to hell too. So, but they are interested. And then you have, on Sunday, you've got this Hierophant. Now, for some of you, you may have, those of you that are into organized religion may do something with that, may have some kind of a volunteer activity or even like an outdoor church service or something like that you're going to be going to. And I think it'll go well. It'll be something that you'll enjoy doing and feeling connected to nature. And it definitely feels like it's outside, though. So that certainly could end the week for some of you. For others of you, I think you've got something coming through about a plan for returning to school, whether it's, and it feels, again, it feels like it's online, but if it seems like it's going to be more not necessarily happening this week, but you're getting some information, maybe an email or something like that. It just feels like there's something like it has to do with a higher level of education for somebody. Now, again, this is also a great time to raise your own awareness, raise your own consciousness, raise your spiritual connection. And so with this card, he holds his hand out and says, be still. And he's telling the Fool or the soul, be still and know. Be still and know, that the universe is here to bring you gifts and really bring you a beautiful life. We are not put here to suffer. We absolutely are not. We're here to, to live a beautiful life. And it's really only our own humanity that creates the pain for us. So if you're interested in attracting more love into your life, we'll give you this Whispers of Oracle card. Have faith. Trust your faith in this situation. So for those of you that are bringing back around to commitment, you may have to do some deep dives with this person and really getting down to the root of things, but it will be worth it if that's what you want. And again, I do feel like you have kind of, for some of you that have been very busy, I think you're going to get some, you're getting some things taken care of that are going to give you some relief. So let's end on a Money and the Law of Attraction card. What do I want and why do I want it? When you acknowledge what do you want and then ask yourself, what is it that I do want? You begin a gradual shift into the telling of your new story and into much improved point of attraction. You get the essence of what you think about, whether you want it or not, because the law of attraction is unerringly consistent. Therefore, you are never only telling the story of how it is now, you are also telling the future experience that you are creating right now. So we get what we think about. You can really have, do, or be anything. The universe delivers, really. We just have to get into that knowing that we're worth it and knowing that it can be brought into our experience. So I love you so much, Cancer, and I'll be back again in a few days, if not, less than a week with a June reading.